Our next topic is microfinance self-help groups. Now, what is a self-help group? A self-help group is an voluntary organization of a group of people, and they come together to solve their common problems, and that is done through mutual help or self-help. Now, the aim of every self-help group is to promote savings. That is, every members in this group will be asked to contribute certain amount, which is considered as their own savings in that particular group, and then they will pool these funds, and once a huge corpus is formed, they'll deposit these funds into banks in the name of these self-help groups. Now, after this particular amount reaches a little huge, then people are also allowed to take loans against their savings. Now, this is how a self-help group works. Now, also our NGOs and social workers, all these people will also help in formation of self-help groups. And you should also note that the number of members in every self-help group is limited to 20. A maximum of only 20 people can be involved in this self-help group. That's all about microfinance and self-help group. Next is the commercial banks and microfinance. Even our normal commercial banks are also doing a lot of stuff in order to protect the interest of these poor people or people in rural and semi-urban areas or the unbanked areas. Now, coming to our commercial banks, what they do is they try to set up more and more their branches in rural areas and semi-urban areas first of all. And along with that, they also give training to their bank staff in these rural and semi-urban areas about the various microfinancing programs that are available in their banks. Then they also give training to the self-help group members, NGOs, and the social workers for the various activities and or about what all programs are available in this microfinance schemes of these banks. Then they also provide financial assistance to NGOs or these Federation of Self-Help Groups for lending to these self-help groups. Then they also launch special microfinance schemes. Certain banks launches microfinance schemes such as the State Bank of India is giving housing loan to members of self-help groups under Sahyoj Nivas scheme. Similarly, many other banks are also doing the same. Also, they are also providing various other value-added service like life insurance schemes, which is particularly designed for the benefit of these microfinance programs. All these are the various functions done by commercial banks with relation to microfinance. Then our NABARD has also created a fund which is a corpus of 200 crore rupees in the name of Microfinance Development Fund, and it is mainly used for various purposes such as giving training and exposure to the members of self-help groups, then to provide funds for microfinancial institutions, that is lending for these institutions, then to meet the various expenses for creating and nurturing of self-help groups, then to design new delivery mechanisms for deposits and loan products, and also to promote research in this field. That is, they promote research, action research, then proper setting up of management information system, and also dissemination of best practices in microfinance. Then moving to the next topic, that is PMJDY, that is Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. It is a nationwide scheme which was launched by the central government on 28th August 2014. Now, again, this scheme is also focusing on the financial inclusion of every household, or every household who doesn't have a bank account or who is not included in this banking scheme must be included. And it is with this aim that PMJDY was formed. Now, its various features, or again, I would like to tell you that any person who is above the age of 18 can apply for a bank account through PMJDY, and this bank account will be zero balance account, and along with this account they will also be provided various other facilities such as accidental insurance covers, then overdraft facility, and all these things will also be provided. Now, moving to the special benefits enjoyed by the scheme, that is, every individual will be allowed an accidental insurance claim up to 1 lakh rupees. Then, as I already said, there is no minimum balance required. They will also be provided life cover up to 30,000 rupees. That is on their, in case of death, their beneficiary will be eligible for this amount, subject to various conditions. Then they can easily transfer money across India. Then they will also be able to avail all these benefits by the government. That is, some people will be getting certain beneficiaries. They will be beneficiaries of certain government schemes. In such cases, these amounts will be credited to them directly through these kind of accounts. Then once a person open this bank account, after he has been operating this particular account for successfully for 6 months, then he can ask for an overdraft facility. Along with this, the amount for overdraft will vary from 1,000 to 5,000 depending on the time period in which he has been active in this account. Then they can have easy access to their pension schemes and insurance products through these accounts. And also and finally, we already talked about personal accident insurance scheme under this account, and it is payable only after at least one successful financial or non-financial customer induced transaction. It should happen, then only they'll be this claim will be available for them. Then moving to the various features of PMJDY, as we already said, the purpose of forming this kind of scheme was to identify every household without a bank account, and they should be given basic banking facilities and also overdraft facility. Then eligibility is for any resident of India above the age of 18 years. For documentation purpose, you need an Aadhaar card. If you have an Aadhaar card, just that is enough. If you don't have any Aadhaar card, then you can go for other documents like voter's ID, ration card, driving license, etc. Then we already discussed that there is no restriction on the balance. Then regarding the number of withdrawals, for up to 4 transactions is free. Then after these 4 transactions, then every transaction will be charged ₹10 per transaction. Then regarding the amount or the limit, if the particular person is going to their own parent branch, then he can withdraw up to any amount. Then he can also avail any number of other facilities like for fixed deposits, recurring deposit, term deposit. There is no restriction on the number of these kind of deposits. Then he'll also be availing 1,000 to 5,000 overdraft after 6 months. Then along with this account, just like all other usual bank accounts, they will also be having SMS banking, mobile banking, ATM services, and all these facilities will be provided along with their bank account. That's all. Thank you.